Hi there, friends. Welcome to Senior Wellness Hub. I'm so glad you're here right now without you even thinking about it. Your body is running a highway system more complex than anything ever built by human hands. 100,000 kilometers of roads, every single one of them alive, every single one of them working for you right now. And today, we're going to drive every inch of it together. Welcome to Senior Wellness Hub. I'm Evelyn, and this channel is your home for health knowledge that actually matters to your life right now at this stage of life. Not complicated medical textbooks, not advice aimed at 30-year-olds. Real, practical, science-backed knowledge for you. Today's episode is about something 1 in 3 adults is already living with, and most don't even know it. We're talking about your blood vessels and your blood pressure, 2 subjects that are deeply connected. 2 subjects that together tell the story of how your heart keeps you alive and what happens when that system is under pressure. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to keep both working for you, not against you. So let's start with blood vessels. Most people think of blood vessels as simple pipes, tubes, plumbing, a glorified set of garden hoses moving blood from one place to another. But that couldn't be further from the truth. Your blood vessels are living, breathing, actively responding organs. They squeeze, they expand, they communicate constantly with your nervous system. They react to cold, to stress, to exercise in real time. They are, in every meaningful sense of the word, alive. And together, your blood vessels form a closed network, a complete loop that begins and ends at the heart. If you could take every single blood vessel out of your body and lay them end to end, they would stretch for 100,000 kilometers, 2.5 times around the entire planet Earth. And every drop of blood in your body, all 5 liters of it, travels through that entire network roughly once every minute, every hour, every day, without stopping, without rest, for your entire life. Now, how are these vessels built? What makes them so remarkable? Every major blood vessel in your body shares a similar structure. 3 distinct layers of tissue, each with its own job. Think of it like a very well-designed jacket. The innermost layer is called the tunica intima. This is the lining that actually touches your blood. It is made up of incredibly smooth cells, so smooth that blood glides through without friction. Surrounding that is the middle layer, the tunica media. This is where the real action happens. It is made of smooth muscle tissue and sheets of a protein called elastin. This middle layer is connected directly to your autonomic nervous system. When your nervous system sends a signal, this middle layer can contract or relax. Tightening is vasoconstriction, opening is vasodilation, and together these 2 responses give your body extraordinary control over where your blood goes and how much pressure it carries. And finally, the outermost layer, the tunica externa. Think of this as your vessel's overcoat. It is made mostly of tough collagen fibers that protect and anchor the vessel. Now here is something important. As we age, those middle layers, the muscle and the elastin, gradually lose their flexibility. Your vessels become a little less like flexible balloons and a little more like rigid pipes. And that stiffening is one of the main reasons why blood pressure tends to rise as we age. But here's the good news, and I want you to really hear this. This process is not inevitable. Gentle, regular movement, even walking, has been shown to help maintain the elasticity of your blood vessels. It is medicine for your blood vessels. Now let's talk about the 3 main types of blood vessels, because they are not all the same. Each type has a different structure. Each type has a different job. The first type, and the most powerful, are your arteries. Arteries carry oxygen-rich blood away from your heart. They operate under the highest pressure of any blood vessel. To handle that pressure, arteries are thick, muscular, and highly elastic. Your largest artery, the aorta, leaves directly from the heart and is roughly the diameter of a garden hose. They expand to absorb the pressure wave from every heartbeat, like a balloon being inflated, and then they recoil, squeezing the blood forward smoothly. This protects your entire system. Further from the heart, arteries become more muscular. They can constrict and dilate to control flow to specific regions with remarkable precision. The second type, your veins. Veins carry blood back to the heart. By the time it reaches your veins, the pressure has dropped significantly. How do you move blood upward through your legs against gravity? The answer is venous valves, like little trapdoors that prevent backflow. Your calf muscles also play a crucial role. Every step squeezes the veins around them, pushing blood upward. Your muscles act as a second pump. When those valves weaken or leak, perhaps from years of standing or sitting, blood can pool. This is what we call varicose veins. Sitting still for long periods is harmful. Standing up every 30 minutes and flexing your ankles is genuinely protective for your veins. And the third type, your capillaries. They are the smallest blood vessels in your body, so small that red blood cells pass through in single file. Capillaries are where the real magic happens. Their walls are just one cell thick, enough for oxygen and nutrients to pass right through to your cells. And in return, carbon dioxide and waste products pass back in to be carried away through the veins to your lungs and kidneys. Capillary beds do far more than just exchange nutrients. They help regulate your blood pressure and your body temperature. Now let's talk about cold weather. On a cold morning, your hands go stiff, your fingers lose their grip. That is your vessels responding to the cold. When your body detects cold, your vessels tighten. Vasoconstriction. Blood is redirected inward to protect your core and your brain. It's brilliant engineering, but it means less warmth reaching your hands. And in seniors, it can cause a meaningful spike in blood pressure. A warm cup of tea helps your vessels relax and open, vasodilation. Layer up before heading out and give your body time to adjust to the cold. All right, now we understand your blood vessels. Now let's talk about blood pressure, because they are inseparable. You can't understand one without the other. Blood pressure is one of the most important measurements doctors watch. It can predict the future of your heart, kidneys, eyes, and brain. So what is it exactly? It is simply the force that your blood exerts against the walls of your vessels as it moves through them. The first number is systolic, the peak pressure when your heart contracts. The second is diastolic, the pressure when your heart is relaxed between beats. A healthy reading is around 120/80. High blood pressure or hypertension is generally defined as consistently reading above 130/80. 1 in 3 adults has it. And here's the dangerous part. Most of them feel absolutely fine. Hypertension is called the silent killer. There are almost no symptoms, no pain, no dizziness in most cases, no warning lights flashing. You wake up in the morning feeling perfectly well. You go about your day, you feel fine, and all the while, elevated pressure is pressing against the walls of your vessels every second, every minute. Check your blood pressure regularly, at home with a monitor, at your pharmacy, at your doctor's office. Now let's talk about what drives blood pressure up, and why some things that seem unrelated actually matter enormously. Resistance is anything that makes it harder for blood to flow. Narrow vessels mean high resistance. High resistance means high pressure. Think of it like trying to drink a thick milkshake through a cocktail straw versus a wide smoothie straw. The narrower the straw, the harder you have to work. When there is an excess of LDL cholesterol, it can accumulate on the inner walls of your arteries, forming a fatty deposit called plaque. The lumen becomes permanently narrower. Resistance increases, blood pressure rises, and now your heart must work harder, every single beat. When you consume excess sodium, your body holds onto water to dilute it. More fluid means more volume means more pressure. The biggest source of hidden sodium is processed foods, canned soups, deli meats, sauces, foods loaded with sodium as a preservative. Read labels. Choose low-sodium versions. Use herbs, lemon juice, garlic, and spices to add flavor without sodium. Now, your body is not passive in the face of blood pressure changes. It has a remarkable set of defense systems. Sensors in your neck arteries detect the stretch in the arterial walls. When pressure rises, they signal the brain to slow the heart or dilate vessels. But if blood pressure stays elevated for weeks, those sensors adapt. They stop sending alarm signals, and the brain stops responding. The second line of defense comes from your hormones. Your adrenal glands release adrenaline, which raises your heart rate and constricts vessels. The problem is chronic, low-level stress. Worry, loneliness. It keeps your adrenaline gently elevated, day after day after day. Managing stress is a cardiovascular intervention. Slow breathing, just 5 minutes a day, has been shown to meaningfully reduce blood pressure. The third and most powerful long-term regulator of blood pressure, your kidneys. They produce hormones and regulate fluid volume. Damaged kidneys cannot regulate blood pressure effectively, and prolonged high blood pressure damages the tiny vessels inside the kidneys. Now, let's talk about what happens when blood pressure stays too high for too long, because the consequences are serious. When your heart faces high resistance, it responds like any muscle. It grows bigger, but a bigger heart muscle demands more oxygen than your body can supply. The supply can't keep pace with demand. The overworked muscle begins to struggle. That, over time, is heart failure, or a sudden heart attack. Under sustained pressure, your once elastic arteries harden and stiffen. This is arteriosclerosis, accelerated dramatically by hypertension. The walls of an artery can weaken and bulge, forming an aneurysm. If it ruptures in the brain, the consequence is a hemorrhagic stroke. In the kidneys, eyes, and brain, the pattern repeats. Vision loss, cognitive decline, but these are preventable if caught early. Which brings me to the part I love most, what you can actually do, starting today. Here is your Senior Wellness Highway action plan. Action 1. Move every single day. A 10-minute walk after meals helps your veins return blood. Consistency matters more than intensity. Action 2. Stay hydrated. Aim for 6 to 8 glasses daily. Start your morning with a full glass of water first thing. It keeps your blood from thickening. Action 3. Reduce sodium. Choose fresh over processed. Use herbs, lemon, and garlic for flavor instead of salt. Your vessels will respond quickly. Action 4. Know your numbers. A home monitor is a valuable investment. Keep a log. If it's consistently above 130/80, call your doctor now. Action 5. Calm your nervous system. 5 minutes of slow breathing or time with loved ones is medicine for your heart. Laughter literally helps. Action 6. Stay warm, especially in winter. Cold causes vessels to tighten and pressure to rise. Dress in layers and give your body time to adjust. Action 7. Take your medication every single day. It only works when you take it. Your medication is not a sign of weakness, it is wisdom. Your blood vessels are not pipes. They are living, dynamic organs working for you since before you were born. As we age, they need more support. You are not powerless. The choices you make every day, how you move, what you eat, how you manage stress, have direct, meaningful effects. The science is clear, the actions are achievable, and it is never too late to start. Your system deserves a little of your attention in return. I'm Evelyn. This is Senior Wellness Hub. Take care of your highway, and it will take care of you. See you in the next episode.